traveling to Hanamura. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Welcome back to Osage's versus East High. As you can tell, it's very noisy back here, as we have gained many people.
Lots of people walking around tonight.
Very. They will be facing off against East High. And this is a control map. So Osage will be defending first off, and East High will have to make it to this room right here. And then later on, if they capture this point, move to the room down there.
We're attacking right now.
We're defending right now. No, we are attacking. I am wrong. We are attacking.
The cane is wrong. We're attacking from the right side by the looks of it.
Left? Yes, right side. Strong hold by Overwatch, really grouping up. East High seems to be spread out a lot, trying to stay on that point as much as possible. They did try and go for the teleport, but it did get taken down.
And many turns up there kind of block their plans.
They have. That Sig shield is really causing to be just a bad thing for them. With their Orisa shield at the same time, it's just really hard to get through to them.
Much of Osage is dead pretty soon.
Very much. East High holds the point strong.
They'll need to group up if they want another chance.
East High having strong hold, having spread out, which proved to be insufficient against Osage last time. Grouping up was how they wanted to do it.
Looks like a damage boost soldier up top.
Osage is fighting back, takes out one healer.
Oh, but that big old wall you see there is a shield, so they can't shoot past that.
Osage is being held back super strong, like East High is not letting them through at all.
Lots of damage on Osage part.
Osage needs to get through this front gate or we will prove to lose this round.
Shields are breaking almost immediately here.
Shields are going down as fast as possible because you need them to go down or else you're proved insufficient.
Window, which causes a lot of damage here.
Double the damage you might usually do. Osage pushing up successfully, gets caught by a Sig ult, takes out nobody with the Baptiste lamp. Osage did amp the Baptiste.
There's quite a few ults going on right now.
A lot of ults.
But it looks like Osage might have lost this battle.
Osage did in fact lose this team fight as they attempt to regroup at the beginning.
Very tough fight at the beginning here.
East High is not letting go of that doorway as they should, but Osage does need to get through to move on. They have a damage-boosted soldier up in the top window. Osage going through the main entrance again for the third time, trying to push through.
That soldier up top is causing a lot of damage.
He really is. There is a Junkrat ult that just went off. Got two.
A few people down.
It's a big ult for Osage.
We might be able to push this time. They do have a wall open though.
Osage did get wiped out by that soldier ult. They are having to regroup at the beginning once again.
Junk kills the soldier, but dies himself.
They only have 60 seconds to get onto the objective and at least get a little bit, if not all of it. If they don't make this, I'll have to have a really strong hold on East High. They take top window.
That is a Mercy ult, which can give a damage boost to all players if they're near enough.
It does bounce between players, so if you damage boost one, you're damage boosting them all. But Osage is a little spread out, which is not proving to be good against East High.
That Sig seems to be causing a lot of damage.
East High, I think, is going to hold the first point. Osage has 12 seconds to get onto point. They're doing a hard push with Monkey. Monkey does get wiped out. Lucio's on point, trying to hold it for as long as they can.
Those symmetric turrets make it really hard to stay on point for very long.
It's overtime. Ball does make it on in time. If the rest of the team can get here, they might be able to overtake the overtime. And Osage does not successfully take the first round, so they'll have to have a hard hold on the second round.
We still have a second round and many more matches to go.
Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
We are back with Osage now defending and East High attacking. What you looked at for that 30 seconds was a second objective they will need to get to. Osage setting up a strong hold on point.
Gonna give Osage a chance to return. Alright, now Ivan's taking it. Going up the walls. I believe we're going to take that.
Osage holding strong point, but not this front door as East High did. East High taking right path, trying to come through main door. Nobody going up through window. They push in hard, having that Rhine shield up was beneficial.
A symmetric
They
teleport.
teleported straight onto point, trying to get a quick capture in the beginning.
Really clutched up there.
Osage may be able to hold better than they attacked.
Osage goal was kind of on me there, so.
Osage holding very strongly.
Most of West High's team is now down.
Osage holding strong in this first minute, having to hold it for 3 minutes and 16 more seconds. East High regrouping back at spawn. Reinhardt does move up without his team, but they do have a Pharah in the sky, which will prove hard for Osage to beat without a hit scan properly.
We do have a soldier which can get that Farah. Although, as usual, it is very difficult to kill her.
Osage is now holding front gate and no longer holding points as hard as they were. They wanted to cap on that first team battle.
Oh, a Rhine ult, which allows quite a few kills right there.
Pharah in the sky gets taken down. Osage still holding the point with everything they can, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
So it's just now tied 1-1.
East High grouping back up with Widow trying to scout out who's there.
Widow takes a hard shot on their Sigma.
Widow is trying to pick off, but doesn't seem to. But that Pharah does pick off with one air shot straight to one of the healers from Osage.
A healer
Osage
down.
a little spread out, 3 and 3.
A Baptiste ult, but we build
And a Sim ult. Double the shield, double the pain. Osage do having a strong hold still. East High very spread out against the map. East High trying to hold it. Soldier goes up and gets Widow, tries to take out Zarya, but Zarya threw down a shield bubble which protects her and amplifies her damage if anyone attacks her.
Makes it very hard to kill her.
Very, very insufficient against Seudral 76 and Junkrat as they are playing.
An ult, a Rhine ult that doesn't seem to be very useful.
Pharah popped her ult.
Does cause some damage.
Osage is getting a little spread out and
A
not
very
sufficient.
scary battle.
We had a Soldier 76 pop an ult, but I don't think it's being very effective.
We have a Reaper and a Farah here.
Osage does continue to hold successfully with a
good
minute
hold.
left. East High only has a minute to capture the point. Seems both teams are great at defending, and both need to work on attacking.
East High going Reaper, maybe trying to get in there and get some kills.
Trying to use Death Blossom, wipe out the squad real quick.
Along with an Echo who has a short fly ability.
And a float ability and a Pulse Bomb. And Pulse Bomb can be very deadly stuck to Ryan because you can't let go of a pulse. You can't get it off of you.
Soldier down pretty fast.
They are trying to flank top, which I don't know how that'll prove against their Ryan.
Reaper teleporting inside.
Osage does pop shield. They do only have 20 seconds left to cap point.
A Baptiste window, which doubles damage, as you know.
Ryan trying to hold the front so nobody can get through, with Echo coming from the side, proving to be a little dangerous. 7 seconds left for Osage to hold it.
A Baptiste ult on Osage side. And
It
Echo
is
in the
overtime.
sky.
If they can get everyone off the point, they will be successful this round. If they can just hold it this last little bit. Osage takes the second round. We are tied in the draw, so we will play a third.
Very
Play of the game. Double, triple kill. Double. Epic.
That is the way.
In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the chats are talking. Both teams are banning the maps they don't want to play to come to the decision of what map they do play, and that's how we decide, is each person takes a turn deleting a map from the game until we come to one map only.
Traveling to Havana. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Osage will be attacking first this go-around, trying to push the payload, which you saw last game that Overwatch that Osage did play. They did end up winning this map very easily, so if they can do the same thing, Osage will be golden.
They seem to be attacking with the Pharaoh, which, if you remember, is really good on this map with wide open spaces.
She flies up in the sky and she throws bombs down. It's great for when you're not in a building, but they will have to swap halfway through if they get it that far, because Pharah would not do well inside of that building. Now, the Widowmaker they are playing is weird because she is not a attacking hero, she's more a defense. But Osage, I think, has an idea for how to use her on an attacking way. East High is playing way up top, also with Torbjorn and Soldier 76, both hit scan heroes that are great for taking out Pharah.
Torbjorn as well has a turret, which can lock onto heroes and do massive damage.
East High is playing way up high, not really coming down, as Monkey tried to go in and take him out, but I don't think he succeeded. No, he did not.
Ooh, but Ball is behind trying to get some extra damage.
Both tanks tried to take it.
Mercy revives.
Anna and Pharah staying more behind because they know that turret will be deadly to both of them without being movement heroes, with Pharah being out in the open.
Anna is dead on Osage's spot.
3 players from East High are holding this top border. Sigma, Orisa, and Baptiste, 2 tanks and a healer, which will prove effective to hold it there. But I don't know if they should drop or not for that aggressive play if Overwatch gets a little too close. Osage seems to be taking a different route. They did take right side path, which is a little hole that you can go through. Seems to be proving a little effective. They should probably get someone on point to move the payload just a touch. But East High is spread out quite a bit.
A lot of kills on Osage's spot.
Quite a few. Mercy does pop a res on the Baptiste. Great choice, more heals, keep your teammates alive more. Osage does seem to be a little spread apart. East High is holding this payload with everything they have, and it seems to be effective. Osage swapped to Torbjorn instead of Widow.
That soldier is doing a lot of damage up there.
They're trying to group up, as you can see. Nobody's advancing without the rest of their teammates. East High seems to be wanting to keep it, as they should. But Overwatch's Osage is using right now, trying to push up forward.
Baptiste ult.
Baptiste ult on East High's side with an ult, just wiping out 3 people on Overwatch's team.
They use mini ults on East High's side, which could be good or bad.
They have taken out Hollywood, which will prove dangerous because Hollywood's a great tank.
They have 2 healer ults on Osage's side, which could be
And-
good to get that little boost needed.
3 ults on East High's side. They have a minute 17 to get it to the second point. Osage seems to be struggling a little bit with pushing the payload. East High keeping a strong hold from the top.
Mercy is able to res a lot of people if Osage gets any kills.
They don't seem to want to drop down at all.
Getting up there to kill everybody might prove a challenge.
Osage did swap with a hog.
Mini ult are being used at once right now.
2 ults got used, only serving as 1 kill. Osage is only pushing it quite a path,
Osage
having not
push-
many in the way. Torb down. Orisa's still up top.
Baptiste is jumping up top to hopefully get some extra damage.
He did end up backing out of the Orisa fight. Orisa's down. Osage will get it to the next point. I assume East High is going to stay back and protect the next point so they can be prepared.
Osage makes it to the first checkpoint.
They
Not
have
yet.
not.
Now
they have made it. And as you can see, they got a minute. They got 2 minutes and 30 seconds extra to push it to the next one.
Some
which
quick kills on
will-
East High.
They will almost get it. East High is far back, coming from that squad wipe.
Osage pushing East High back as far as possible.
A tank and a healer on point, which is seeming to be great. Tanks deal lots of damage, have a healer keeping them alive. Great way to push point. DPSs are spread out. They're really holding it down. East High clumping in that room. Going to be serving not so effective. If we can get 1 ult in there, they would all be wiped.
taking this ball game.
Osage playing the bridge, trying to take cover from the kegs.
Osage with a few ults on their side.
They do have one healer ult and one tank ult, as East High has one healer ult and one DPS ult.
Tor uses his ult, which places a lot of lava on the floor.
And if you step in it, you get damaged.
Very fast.
East High really spread out. If Osage could just pick them off one by one, they wouldn't be a problem anymore, but they seem to be wanting to clump up more.
A nanoed road, which makes it deal extra damage. Does it make it deal extra damage?
Yes, it does.
Extra damage and high. Ooh!
Osage pushing really strong, like wiping everyone. Just having that turret be the only problem. They have to push it right up to this gate, and then they'll have it cleared.
Looks like they may be making it to the second checkpoint.
East High is really far behind from their spawn. If they can just push it that little while longer, they'll grab it. But East High might sit here and hold it and let them have it for the extra time. Osage did make it to the second to final checkpoint, which will be great as East High tries to stay back.
As you can see them frozen in place.
We are seeing some lag from the Wi-Fi from everyone playing here. We apologize. Osage has 3 ults, popped 1 Zarya.
An ultimate with the Zarya, which doesn't seem to be too useful.
Sigma popped his ult, took out none of them.
Ooh. A soldier ult, which may kill one.
East High does have 3 ults, and Osage only having 1, currently using Roadhogs, but they are pushing it as far as possible, which is phenomenal.
Osage only has 1 ult remaining, that being Baptiste's window.
Ana almost is at 95%, almost having Nano Boots, which allows extra health and more damage. So if they can slap that onto the Hog, who already has a lot of health, that would be a great strategy to help push. All grouping up on the top, trying to stop the payload from moving, trying to wipe out as many people as possible. East High is having a weaker hold.
Baptiste ult up top.
Osage having a strong hold.
Baptiste and Soldier 76 try to chain ults.
Baptiste is the only one on the point, but Hog doesn't seem to realize until now. Osage could make it right here if nobody on point gets to it. Osage does grab the first one, so if Osage can keep East High from getting to where they did, Osage will take this next round.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Greetings. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers.
Osage is now having to defend, trying to stop East High from pushing the payload. Running a McCree, an Ana, a Zarya, a Soldier 76, a Hog, and a Baptiste will be seeming to be a great holding point.
Quite a
As
few
East-
longer range characters.
Quite a few, being able to stop them at far. While East High plays Genji, Reinhardt, Baptiste, Widowmaker, Diva, and Ana, which also are great heroes for attack. Seeming to push it quite far very fast. Osage tries to get a hook off a Hog, but misses it. Could have been beneficial. As they come to a T right here, Osage seems to be having the hold.
It's very scary with a lot of people on very low health right now.
Osage only has 4 people left, and the whole team of East High is there. They could push it to that payload very quickly. Osage needs to hold them right there, or else it's going to be proved insufficient for winning.
Zarya trying to get that extra damage in.
Always trying to get that extra damage to swap.
Ooh, but Zarya decked by a hammer.
East High does make it to the first checkpoint very quickly.
A very fast push.
5 minutes to get to the second one. Osage only having 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If Osage can hold them here, that would be great. Baptiste pushes up a little far as Roadhog tries to take out, as Roadhog is behind from the Osage team. East High very much pushing.
Looks like most of East High is going to kill that Roadhog, and they do.
They once again are grouping up on point, which is great because the point can heal you slowly. So if you're on there, East High takes out multiple Osage people.
Very scary with that Genji.
Getting a team kill, which means everyone on the Osage team died. No one survived that ult from Genji, seeming perfect play. Osage regrouping very quickly with the Sim turret.
Looking very scary for Osage, but that doesn't mean it's over yet.
With a nanoed Rhine dealing extra damage, they got to get onto point to stop the cart. They do end up on there. East High is very spread out, seeming great.
A Diva ult, which doesn't kill anybody.
Rhine stopped it. Perfect play by Osage. Diva, Widowmaker, and Rhine are all on point, which will seem inefficient. They need to keep it there, and they need to hold it there so Osage can win this round.
Diva trying to push it that extra bit. Ooh, but Rhine gets a shatter and kills quite a few.
Osage does pop the Soldier 76 ult, seeming effective.
Killing the Diva, at least.
They do need to break that turret because anyone inside that glowing circle can't die, so that's the first thing they need to take out.
A Baptiste ult, which is scary, but the Rhine is very low.
Everyone on East High is super low. Everyone under 50% health.
2 Baptiste windows right now.
Osage holding it with everything they have, only having 3 minutes to push it there. If they can hold it for that 3 minutes, they will take this round. They are pushing it back since no one on East High is on the point. The payload will slowly move backwards. East High is very spread out with people on the left, middle, and right. I bet they're going to try and flood and take it. It would seem effective if they would use it correctly.
They could swarm him from all different sides.
East High now tries to attack, having everything thrown at Osage. Osage standing strong. East High is taking high ground, which seems very well if you've ever watched Star Wars. East High pushing with everything. Very spread out, though.
Ana seems to be very low, along with a Rhine death.
Reinhardt just got nanoed and healed. They are pushing East High very back, which is great.
Reinhardt being very aggressive right now.
Both healers on East High are down, so they have no more heals. If Osage can hold it here for the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds, they will take this round.
Rhine doesn't have his ult ready.
East High is trying to group up just a little bit more than what they've been doing. Osage spread out almost to perfect. Very spread out now.
Ooh,
that Genji ult that seemed almost ineffective last time, taking out the whole squad.
They do shatter the Genji and kill him.
Reinhardt does need to get on payload or they will make it to the next point.
By the looks of it, they do make it to the next point.
They do make it to the next point.
But they held it back for long enough to hopefully give an even ground.
They only have 3 minutes to make it all the way to the castle, though. So if Osage can have a stronghold and just keep it in this pathway, they'll be golden.
Very interesting map here.
That Genji is very dangerous to Osage, having them clumped out. His ult seems to be doing very well, getting at least 3 kills each time.
Widow down.
Osage needs to push up and hold it where they are. Osage being a little spread out. Nobody behind Ryan's shield, which... Oh, they pop Sim's shield, which gives everyone a shield.
Oh, but Orion neglects that pretty well.
They do have Diva ult. It got one person. East High is pushing up quite hard. Osage trying to hold gate if they can.
If Osage can hold gate for the next few minutes, then we do take this.
East High coming straight in through the middle.
Another Baptiste ult.
They do walk straight through the Baptiste ult, so they no longer have that. Osage just pops their own in the perfect place to deal the extra damage.
Diva out of her mech.
Reinhardt's about half, almost.
Many kills on Osage spot.
Osage has a strong hold and almost wipes everyone. keeping Genji in the back. Genji is no longer in.
Looks like we bought that extra 30 seconds.
They have a minute 50 left to hold it, and if they can hold it, they win. Osage trying to have a strong hold. It's exactly what they need.
If they win the next couple team fights, we have a good chance.
East High holds about 20 seconds of losing time, having everyone have to run back from spawn point to payload, giving Overwatch Osage time to regroup, reheal, everyone gets situated, which seems deadly.
A Widow trying to snipe from behind.
Widow is not the way to go in this point because there's a lot of walls. You can only really shoot for the direct middle. They should swap to a Soldier 76 or Junkrat to prove for zone control.
There are many ults on Osage side as well.
Osage keeping it very strong for the last 50 seconds.
Another 20 seconds of bot time.
Everyone will stand back, they will hold, they will heal. It's very good play by Osage. They did lose the Rhine, but he spawns right behind the point, so they will have extra time. East High does seem to be moving up a little bit faster, little by little. Whittling down time. 48 seconds left to hold it.
Ooh, a Genji ult.
Genji ult, but he doesn't seem to go in with it quite away. They did pop a big Zarya ult, grouping everyone up, dealing tons of damage. Trying to hold it. D.Va gets out of mech, which means she only has 200 health.
D.Va may kill the
D.Va
Baptiste.
is down. They're holding. They only have 20 seconds. If they can buy this 20 seconds, they win. They just need to hold back the McCree and the Soldier 76. They are holding. They only have 10 seconds. Ball tries to move in quickly to get onto point as he does.
But Ball has been slept, along with a D.Va ult that
D.Va
does
ult
not kill
doesn't
anybody.
do anything.
Looks like multiple ults going on right now, including 2 kills from Soldier 76.
Connor Tomey seeming to have great team. Overwatch does take the second round, seeming to have great team coordination.
A win for Osage.
Play of the game.
So the first map was a draw, which means nobody in that map got a point. Osage's Overwatch just got the first point. So it's practically 1-0, but they played the first map. You could call it warm-up, you could call it something else. If Osage wins the next 2 maps, they will move on in the bracket to the last championship match. But currently it is East High 0, Osage 1. We will replay the map if we need to.
traveling to Nepal. Initiating match.
This next map is Nepal, so both teams will spawn on one side of the map, and they will have to fight for this tower in the middle. It's very, very compact in there, so a person like Junkrat would be very, very efficient with all these walls. His grenades can bounce off of walls and damage people, so if he just would throw them inside, it'd be very effective. But I have a feeling East High is still going to play with the Genji, serving to have 6 kills last round with his first ult.
Both teams do attack at the exact same time as well.
Both get released at the same time, and they both have the same exact time to get to point.
Not to mention the beautiful mountains in the back.
Beautiful scenery of all Blizzard maps.
Looks like East High is going Reaper, which is good in those tight, compact spaces where you can get right up to people.
His ultimate is great in tight spaces. Nobody can run away quite as easily. They are running a Symmetra, which will be very nice with turrets inside of the room. Both of them take the top corner.
If they can win this battle, they'll get point. Monkey tries to push in, but he dies pretty soon.
Very quickly. Was not a smart move. They should probably throw somebody on point.
Both tanks are done.
Reaper does try and get behind. He does go into phase right in the middle of the whole team. He does get taken out, though.
Reaper not able to do anything other than die. They're placing their turns right inside the room.
Only 2 people trying to push up. Monkey does trying to push on. There is no high ground in this map, because the way it's set up, the high ground can fall, but you can't shoot into it. So it's pretty ineffective to try and get up there. East High takes the point aggressively, but Overwatch is not wanting to let go of it.
They attempted to drop a Bob on, which was that second player you saw.
They did drop
there.
Sim Shield. Baptiste tries to run away, and he does successfully do it.
Possibly a bad time for Sim Shield.
It was proved effective as the Baptiste, but they could have saved it for a later date. I feel like they still would have won the team fight without it. East High trying to take the top lanes once again for the 3rd time.
East High has a couple ults ready.
They do have 1 Monkey ult and 1 Mercy ult ready, and Osage only having 1 Reinhardt ult, which stuns people for about 3 seconds, so it's great to stun them and then deal as much damage as possible.
Mercy uses their ult.
East High pushing very, very hard, trying to get in there.
Ryan uses his ult, but doesn't look to do anything.
East High does seem to take it for a little bit.
A Baptiste ult.
They did take point, but they seem to back off very quickly, letting Osage take it back right away, only grabbing 6% on the objective. Not very smart by East High just to back straight off. Baptiste and Soldier 76 both at top, trying to take the point against a full team of 6. Not smart. They should go back, regroup with their team, heal everybody up, and get ready to push at the same time, but they keep pushing one at a time, and that's what's seeming to be the problem here.
They do fight together, good together as a team.
Monkey tries to fall behind, but I feel as if he was going to get... Monkey does seem to get a couple damage hits off, but does die. Soldier grabbing all the sim turns in there. See, now this is a good Symmetra turret, right where they're not supposed to be. Osage obscures the first objective. Great move by Osage, great plays. They will move on to the 2nd round, and if they keep that objective, it will be 2-0. Both teams pushing forward. It is another compact space, but this, you go upstairs as Soldier tries to flank left. Having a Mercy boosting him, Osage has to group up and take both. Both teams pushing side, but also pushing middle at the same time. It's amazing what they can do with teamwork.
Osage has a lot of deaths, or at least a lot of
If they
low
can
characters.
pick Mercy off, they'd lose a whole bunch of damage on the opposing team side and health, and nobody can be revived with Mercy's special ability to bring them back from the dead. East High does take the first round.
Case in point that Baptiste, who was killed, but Mercy was able to easily revive them.
Osage regrouping at the back lines, wanting to get back on that point as soon as possible, not wanting East High to get any points. They have to push hard. Osage taking the left way.
Ryan hooks the
They
Baptiste
do
and
click
kills
off
him.
Baptiste. Mercy cannot grab that because it's too far out.
Osage has a few deaths on their side and may not be able to get
East
this.
High did pop. East High I would assume, is going to win this team fight unless Zarya can pull something. Osage does lose this team fight, but they can always come back with only having 37% on the objective.
Baptiste has his ult ready, along with the Nano.
They do have one healer ult on Osage's side and one DPS ult on East High's side. But that Junkrat seeming to be a real problem with all the walls. His bombs are just destroying them.
The Junkrat is doing really good on this map.
They're spread out a lot, so they should be coming back in, and they should take it over. If they can pick them off one by one, that'll seem super effective.
They're going Pharah, which is a little bit strange with the closed wall in here, but they
with
do have a bomb.
With the closed walls, they can throw bombs in there and take them out super easily, deal a lot of damage quickly.
Yeah.
But they do need to get onto point, or East High will just keep racking up. With already at 75%, if they get to 100, it'll be a draw, and they'll have to go to the third map. Osage needs to push in, and they need to push in now strongly.
They put down a Baptiste ult to get that extra damage.
Mercy tries to pop a res. Mercy's down. They need to push now.
Both healers down, meaning no damage for the or no healing for them.
They are at 91%. Ryan is... Hog and Zarya are both on point. They need to push on or else they will get the 100% right away.
Looked like Sigma tried to do an ult right there, but it was canceled by the road.
They do go into overtime, but they need to get on point to stop it.
Sigma's the last one on point.
Osage seeming to have collected the point. Baptiste trying to push up. Overwatch does take the point with 1 point to spare. If they wouldn't have caught it right then and there, they would have lost that round, and we'd have to go on to a third. Now, if Overwatch can just hold it until they get to 100%, they will win. It is really anyone's game at this point if they can just hold the objective.
We have a Pharah ult ready, which can be very dangerous. It lets out a large array of rockets that can kill people very fast.
Very zone control, very useful in these small rooms. Nobody can escape as easy. Osage really needs to get onto point without having their Pharah be picking off. That would make them lose a lot of damage.
Junkrat down along with the Baptiste.
Orisa's shield about to go down.
Mercy revives the Junkrat, but soon dies after.
Orisa using one of these pillars as a cover, blocking a lot of damage.
They do have two shields, which can be hard to break, but it looks like it's no problem for Osage.
Osage continues to hold, already at almost 45%. They will get it to 50, I would assume. Halfway to victory. East High tries to regroup as they're spread out, seeming not to be as effective as they wanted to. Losing that last team fight was really what set them back.
Both teams struggle very hard capturing the
Soldier
point.
coming around, trying to pick off Pharah, but it doesn't seem effective.
Dies very soon.
The comms, I bet, are just incredible to tell when they are, and people getting there super quickly. They picked off Ana, which is a healer. They need those heals. Osage holding them back very far. If they can just keep them back for the last 25%, they'll be great.
East High did switch off of Mercy, which means no more reses for them.
25% left to hold. Soldier does drop to the middle. He
So-
does hook him. Great hook by Ryan. They do need to pick off Orisa and all three of them out on the left. That's what's seeming to be causing the most damage. They do pick off two healers.
Mini down, making
They're
it
at
almost
96.
impossible. It should be impossible for East High to grab, but Ball does try to
Ball
get on.
does get on. With the Junkrat ult being popped, this could be...
But Road has its ult, which pushes everybody off.
Osage takes the second round. It is 0-2. If Osage wins this last match, they will move on in the bracket to the championship rounds. Osage takes this game.
Play of the game.
I would assume this last map they are playing would be a hybrid or a push the payload map. I think they're going to replay the map that they came to a draw on, which would be a control map. Is you can look in the corner where they're banning maps. They are doing a control point, so it'll be the exact same game mode as we just played, where you need to get on point and you need to hold it for as long as possible. They do need to push a payload though, so it is a hybrid, so they need to get on the point, capture it, push the payload all the way to the other capture point, and then capture that point. It's very difficult, it's very challenging, but if you play it right and you play your cards right, Osage could take this game. Osage is playing Eichenwald, a very strong map. Almost always picked due to its walls, its open space. It's great for almost every character.
A personal favorite for most Overwatch fans.
It's a very well-built map. There's lots of stuff to do. Anyone attacking can go to this top door and sit there and shoot. You don't always have to come through the front. This statue does prove to be an issue when trying to push point. It does seem to block a lot of shots, and you can very maneuver it around in a circle. It does have a hidden health pack, which brings your health back up higher so you don't die as easily and as quickly.
It's a way to get out of firefight as well.
Exactly. East High will be defending first. Osage will be attacking. If Osage can get the point quickly and be effective, they will have a great chance at winning this match.
Osage going Widow, maybe trying to snipe from that top door.
I assume they will take that top door and try and pick off as many people as possible. Widow deals lots of damage with headshots if she charges her gun to 100%.
East High is going Hanzo, which acts a lot like Widow as a sniper.
Hanzo is a very close Widow that you can use. He's a very close second, where the farther you pull your bow back, the more damage it does. They are trying to take the Widow from the top, and they know that, as you saw Sigma's Rock come right at it. She is trying to pick off, but both Sig and Orisa shields are proving very hard to break for them.
Orisa down.
Overwatch is pushing very hard, already almost making it to point, pushing back East High.
Many of East High's down. Looks like they'll take the first point.
Very strong hold by Osage. Strong push, strong hold. This is exactly what you want a control map. Get to the point, get there quickly, keep everybody off as much as possible.
All 6 players on point as well, which fills out the bar as fast as it will go.
Pushes everyone back. East High having to regroup behind a wall just so they don't get picked off one by one by that very dangerous Widow and Hanzo. Osage having very good looks at winning this match. They hop right onto point, trying to protect it as much as possible, so nobody can get to it and push it back and lose their progress.
East High seems to be going as many different sniper characters.
They are trying to use long range, so they find that they don't get as close, knowing Overwatch's Osage is very deadly up close. They are going Widow and Ashe, but if Osage's Overwatch just pushes up quickly, they can take both out due to both being long range characters.
2 down on Osage's side.
East High just being pushed and pushed back. Not even trying to hold it. They're just being pushed around by Osage. Osage is doing a very well hold.
Pushed back just as far as George Lucas's original film.
They did pop Junkrat ult. Junkrat is very effective on this map due to all the walls. And I don't think the Junkrat ult will get anyone. It did get destroyed by Orisa, but they already made it to the first point.
Very fast push.
6 minutes to get it all the way down this hallway, which will prove very easily if they just keep pushing aggressively and as hard as they are.
Sigma ult, which gets
On
a few
both
people.
On both tanks, but I want to assume with all the tanks' health, a Sigma ult doesn't really do much. With Sigma ults, you want to grab the healers and the DPS. They have the least amount of health possible.
It does put them in the air to allow for easy shooting, though.
East High does push up a little bit on payload, finally touching it and keeping it where it is. Osage being pushed back for the first time, not playing as aggressive as they just were.
The cart cannot be pushed as far back as the checkpoint, though.
It will stop at the checkpoint. So they don't have that far to push it backwards, but they've got all the way to push it forwards.
Osage going Tracer, which is a very fast but very easily killable.
She can blink around, and the moment she blinks, she's in a different area, and she can also turn back time on herself to regain health she's lost. She's very hard to hit.
Ooh, and a Bob right in the middle, which acts as a very dangerous turret.
It's a giant misfortune that they threw out the Bob there because it misses everything due to that wall. Both still running, 2 snipers, not proving effective as they'd want. Osage popping a Soldier 76 ult, taking
as well
out
as a Baptiste ult, which causes massive damage.
East High holding hard as possible.
They need
Very
to,
strong.
They need to keep this point held.
They do need to keep it held or else they will push it all the way back, and Osage does not want that at all. Osage respawning and regrouping as they should be, as East High has not done very well so far. They keep, once they're respawning, they keep running back to point and running back to point and being picked off, and it's a cycle of never ending. But if you stop, you regroup, you can go in harder and deal a lot more damage than you could by yourself.
East High does have just about every ult ready.
They're pushing everything back. They did pop Sig ult,
Only gets a turret though.
did not kill Zarya. Zarya pops ult, does grab one of the tanks.
They look to be trying to kill that nano.
Tanks about half, Sigma almost getting taken out.
Everybody grouped up right now.
Osage is pushing very hard with that Sigma, with that Orisa shield down. It's boosting them, it's giving more health, it's healing them. They want to get rid of that easily, but they can't see it from behind the wall. It did run out of time, and Osage needs to push now as they take 3 different directions trying to pick off the snipers that are proving to be a little bit more effective than they would have assumed.
Looks like a Widow up top trying to snipe.
It's a very strong hold by East High.
And Widow is down.
Widow is down. Sigma's at about half. Osage only has 2 people on the front lines.
Soldier
one
trying
Hanzo back at the top. They should swap Hanzo to Soldier 76 or Junkrat to get as much area control in these small spaces as possible. It's proving to be effective with East High, but they are defending. Monkey did just use ult, proving to throw.
Ball was slept, but pretty fast got out of that. You can see the Bob on point right there.
Bob is not a playable character. You throw him down and wherever he lands he will stay unless you move him through an ability. Bob now has a time second. I think he stays out for around 10 seconds. Once that 10 seconds is up, he's gone. Osage having a hard push with Ball, easily wiping.
Ball trying to push forward as
They
fast as
do
possible.
pop ult for Baptiste, dealing that extra damage.
Ooh, mini
proving
kills.
very efficient. Sigma in the backline nanoed with extra.
Sigma's going to be
They do
hard
try
to
and
kill.
push it onto point. Only with a couple of meters to go. They need it to get it onto that yellow circle.
Sigma grabbed a lot of people right there.
They are trying to push. If they can just get everyone off in that little bit, they will prove very effective. And they will win this match and move on to the championships for the title.
You can see Ball rolling around there, trying to get as much damage as possible.
Osage did about get wiped off as East High holds very hard, but Osage is quickly regrouping and trying to come back as fast as possible, having 2 minutes left to push it that very little bit. Osage regrouping, taking their time, getting everyone ready, making sure everyone's the right character. East High trying to push it back as far as possible to stop them.
There's a Ball ult that he might be trying to use, which drops a lot of mines in a small area.
He does drop bombs, and if you're in that bomb, you will get exploded. He
There
does
you
drop.
go.
Those are all the bombs he drops, and it does
Ooh.
take out 2 people, which is massive for Osage.
2
If
kills.
they can just get those other 2 off, they can push it straight on.
A Baptiste ult, which might be scary, but
They need to get that Orisa to push it, and they need to get the Reaper, and then that's it.
Orisa down. And
Osage
looks,
takes this round. If they can keep at West High from getting to the first point even. Osage will move on to the championships. This was a great hold and a great push by Osage, regrouping and using their abilities together and not being spread out.
Very good with the ball ult right at the end there.
Exactly.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Osage is now defending the point, so they want to stop the point and stop them from moving East High. They need to continue with this grouping up. They need to continue with all this. Now, they did swap their Ash, which was a sniper, to a Reaper, which is a very close combat with his 2 shotguns, but they did keep the Widowmaker, which is still a very assault character.
They may attempt to do the strat of having the Widow on the top door.
They will. I assume they would, as Osage did, proving effective for them. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Looks like Widow's trying to do that.
Osage pulls out a Symmetra and a Soldier 76. Great plays with the turret and the aimbot with the ult off of Soldier 76.
Ryan immediately trying to hit at that top door.
Ryan did try and shoot at that top door, but he did end up missing with his fire strike because it only goes so far. Osage trying to hold strong, and they do prove
On a down, which
proves
doesn't
for
allow
less
healing.
heals. Anna is a very complex healer. You have to shoot your own teammates with your darts to heal, but your darts can also damage the other people. But she does have a sleep dart, which puts someone to sleep for 7 seconds.
It's a very complex healer to learn.
But she's great if you learn her. You can put your enemies to sleep and they can't do anything. They just lay there. As Reinhardt got put to sleep just for a few seconds, but if you do hit the character, they do wake up. Osage holding them right at this corner.
Already
East High's going to try and take the circle, just as I said. You can go around it. It's very easy to use this. Osage being backed up just a little bit. They only have 2 minutes and 50 seconds that they have to hold. If they can get East High back off the point,
a Baptiste ult, which is very scary.
extra damage proves to be a pain.
Nobody on Osage is dead yet.
They are having a hard push against East High, trying to get them. They do take out our Rhine, taking out Hollywood, Senpai, and Denver.
Many people dead on Osage side.
I think East High will take it unless that Soldier 76 does end up taking it, played by Connor Tomey. East High does take the first objective. Now they'll have to move the payload all the way to the end where they did, which is straight through here, and it'll prove difficult with Osage's tactics.
Yeah, they grabbed very fast, but not as fast as Osage.
They came in and they tried to push, but they did not succeed as fast as Osage did. They took a little bit more time. Reaper can teleport as he teleports behind Osage, trying to pick off people. But I think he's going to get picked off by Osage, being very grouped up with Osage. Osage pops the shield. Reinhardt is very low. Reinhardt does get taken out, which is not good. Osage pops the Zarya, grouping them all together, making it very easy to shoot them.
Oh, big
East High
ult.
did pop Reaper ult, taking out 3, which will prove very hard to regroup from. They have a while to push it still. They have 4 minutes to get it from where they are to the wall in the tunnel.
East High pushing it just as fast as Osage.
But they're all very behind. Everyone on the payload or watching it is what we call a squishy, someone with very low health, easy to pick off. But Ryan just came on and he has tons of health. I think he has 500 with a shield. Reaper trying to become behind. If Osage can hold this, that would be phenomenal. Trying to keep Osage back, East High is.
Hanzo kills their Reaper, but that doesn't prove to be effective.
Do move it to front point with 4 minutes and 50 seconds. A little bit less than 6 minutes and 30 seconds like Osage had, so they only wasted about 40 seconds getting the payload. But East High can hold this and he can make it, but I think Osage will prevail here due to their group tactics in these halls that will do great. They did swap back to Widow, having easy pickings from where they can go up on top of the thing. Osage and East High both battling everything, pushing East High far, far back, trying to regroup. I would assume that's why they're backing up.
Doing major damage to East High right now.
We have a Baptiste ult and we have a Soldier 76 ult. One doubles damage, one makes it easier for Soldier to aim.
Using them both at once is very dangerous.
It would be a great tactic, it'd be a great way. You get double the damage and you get a lot more accuracy. And if they need it, they can use it and it'd be very effective. And we just got a nano ult, so if we nano boost Soldier and they throw down their shield, they can get almost triple the times of damage they would before. But they ended up nanoing the Hog, who has tons of health. Great move. But Hog does get taken out very quickly by that Reaper, who does have 2 shotguns that deal tons of damage when close.
Reaper is very dangerous against tanks who have a lot of flesh to get hit by that shotgun.
The closer you are, the more damage he does, so you need to stay away and you need to pick him off from afar. I feel like they should swap off of Widow being this close. They need to get onto point now.
Very good push by East High.
They did get ball on. They did pop Reaper ult, only getting 2 people. But with Osage this close, they can easily regroup from that.
Ryan tries to push down.
They are going to push just a little bit if someone can get on the point.
And it looks like East High won with 3 minutes remaining.
They do come to round 2. East High and Osage both pushed it to the desired space. It's 3-3, so they have to push it as far as possible with how much time they had left. Proving to be very, very difficult. As we wait for teams to get situated, this map is very distraught, very filled with holes and loops that you can go through. There's walls everywhere, great for certain characters, but I feel like both teams aren't using the map to its advantage. They're more focusing on what hero can do the most damage instead of what hero can do the most damage on this map.
One of my favorite heroes on this map is Reaper for all the tight turns.
See, Osage just swapped to Junkrat, which will prove very effective because of the walls. His bombs can bounce back and forth, getting them very quickly.
East High goes Mei, which can freeze people right in their tracks.
And you can shoot them and they can't do anything about it. But what you can do is you can get Mei really quickly and they're almost useless because they don't have a Mercy to get those revives. And Osage still runs the Widowmaker, the sniper, which I wouldn't expect them to do this far into the game. I feel like they should swap to a Soldier 76, grab more kills.
The Widow does have instant kill possibilities if you hit them in the head, though.
If they hit a person with low enough health, you can hit an insta-shot. Osage is attacking first, only having a minute 20 to get onto the payload, keep it. Mei does block them off. She can throw up a wall, you can break the wall, but it does take a little bit of time. If the East High just keeps pushing them back, that will soon be ineffective.
East High needs to buy as much time as possible if they want to win this.
They do. They tried to block out Ryan and Hog. I mean Zarya and Hog, but they do seem ineffective. They only have 60 seconds to get onto point. If somebody can flank behind and grab it, that would be perfect. As Osage just takes all 4 and moves it through that tunnel. Their Junkrat is just... Clover does get taken down by Baptiste. Anna did get slept. They
4
do
down
have a
on East
Baptiste
High.
ult. There's only 2 East High people left.
Looks like Osage may take this point, unless
They may take this point, yes.
Mei can get on.
Mei will back off, I think. I think they'll let them take it, knowing they'll only get around a minute or 2 back.
Unlike a regular game, on the second one, they don't buy any more time when they get point.
They do not get any more time when they go, so they only have 15 seconds now, so they'd have to push it to the next one on the times they have left. But if they are on the point, they do get overtime, which means the game will continue until nobody is touching the point.
So Osage needs to stay on as long as possible.
They need to stay on, they can't break off. We need to focus on the payload and not get distraught.
Roadhog seems to be stuck in a room.
They're all grouped up right in this room, which Junkrat should be having a heyday with the damage he could do inside of that tiny room. But they did swap to Reaper, still proving very good in tiny rooms.
A Baptiste ult right now.
Reaper, Mei does pop ult.
And it looks...
That's how far Osage's Overwatch got it. So if they can keep East High from getting to that exact point where they got it, they will win and move on to the championship round. But they have to keep it back, and they have at least 4 minutes left, East High does. So it's going to prove very, very hard to actually hold it and keep it there for 4 straight minutes when they only had a minute 20.
Even if we do lose this round, East High still needs to win the next 2 if they want to move on in the bracket.
They do. It is 2-0. So if they wanted to move on, they'd have to win 2 more after this. Osage only having to win 1 more. So Osage is at the advantage with the teamwork and the map.
Osage going Genji.
I saw the Genji last year. Phenomenal. He's great at picking off, and he can still play as a team. Now, East High is going Reaper, which is a counter to Genji, which could be wrong. The wrong way to move it. But they also have Sniper again, Widowmaker once again, with Connor T going Tracer. Like I said again, she can blip around. You can't find her as easily. She's very hard to hit. So if they can just blip around and keep popping it and be hard to shoot, that will prove very effective.
Tracer's biggest advantage is how much of an annoyance she is.
She is. She's very annoying to fight against. She's very annoying to play if you don't know how to play her. But Connor T, I feel like, can use Tracer very well. They're pushing up very hard, a little spread out though. Ball goes in and tries to hit him with the ground pound. And I think he got a little damage off on the Sigma, but just a little. I think it would say around 10.
Deanna is also very easily able to heal that up.
Very easy from healers to heal just 10.
Ball kills the Widowmaker.
Widowmaker out, easy. They are a little spread out, which I assume they'd want to group up just a little bit more. Since he is playing Reaper, they do want to stay spread out, but still not super far. They have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Osage is just holding it with everything they have, wanting to move on and win the championship.
Ryan tries to push.
Ryan
Does get
did
the
push.
Tracer.
Ryan
But
does
dies.
get taken down, though. That's a great move. Ryan doesn't have the shield anymore. It's just them. But they do need to continue to keep them off the point with 2 minutes left.
Baptiste ult, but it doesn't seem to be very advantaged.
They did sleep our Ball, but Ball did end up getting away. Lucio caught in a door, does escape. Getting caught in a door is not what you want to do. They did take out Widowmaker on East High's side, proving very effective to take that one out first and then focus on the healers. They have a boosted up Ryan. Ryan gets slept. He can no longer do anything until he gets woken up, and he is woken up.
Ooh, a Genji with a nano, which is very powerful.
Our Genji got 2 with a nano boost. 4 kills on Genji.
5 kills. That is big.
Massive ult by Genji. Like I said, he was a great Genji player last year.
Possibly even 6.
Getting the team kill, wiping everyone out. There's no longer East High anywhere. East High has to restart from where they begin with only a minute 13 left.
That was an amazing play by Genji.
Now they still need to continue. I think everyone is on the point except for Ball. Ball trying to scout out, see who swapped, so they can gladly avoid an attack at the right view.
Monkey is using his ult, which makes him go insane.
Monkey does have a rage mode, which makes him deal more damage and have more health.
He really goes Insano style with that ult.
He does. Nobody caught in the Sigma ult. Great escape by both Tracer and Winston having movement abilities. East High has 30 seconds to make it. Only 4 Overwatch characters still on point from Osage.
Osage was quite low there for a second, but they got healed up very fast.
They only have to hold it for 20 more seconds and they move on to the championship. Osage is proving very strong, but they need to get on point and stay on point.
Looks like a minefield.
He did throw down the minefield, proving very zone control. Great moves. They only have 10-second hold. They need to get this Reaper off point, but that's it.
Looks like a win for Osage.
Almost. Osage takes it 3-0. Osage will move on in the championships. I am pretty sure that was the final map.
Really good plays by Osage.
Great holds, great teamwork, great character selection. Even with a character as Widowmaker who wouldn't do such well on attack, they still used Widow and succeeded in what they were using Widow for. It was great tactics, it was great plays, and with this Genji ult, it's just beautiful because he got literally everyone on the field that he needed to get. Not a single person. When you saw this last match, when they popped a 6-person Genji ult, we just decided we'd do the same thing, you know? Uno reverse card them.
You gotta beat them at their own game.